Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. Um, I wanted to do trying new makeup with me, and I have quite a few products in front of me. Some of them will not be brand new items. They'll be either panning items or just items that I'm using in my collection. But I definitely wanted to try a few items today. So I have already primed my face using an oldie but a goodie that I'm almost done. I'm working so hard at finishing it. And I think what I'd like to do is try this Basma blush. It's the shade Cherry Red, and it came in one of the Sephora favorites kits, and I thought I would give it a little bit of a try underneath my foundation because I do want to try other blushes as well, but I want to see what this looks like. So I grabbed a clean synthetic brush. Most of my brushes are synthetic because I'm allergic to animal hair, and so most of my blushes, especially my eye brushes, are all synthetic. I had to get rid of my animal hair brushes because I was tearing every time I did my makeup. So yeah, that was a while ago, but I'm just gonna grab a little bit. That is a very, very teeny tiny amount. It's such a small opening that I wanted to use a more fluffy brush, but I know this is pigmented. You can see already just from what I'm like topping on here, that is very pigmented, and I really like the color. I know it is a cherry red color, but it's definitely buildable, it's definitely blendable. That is the part I like the most about it, is that if I want to flush underneath my makeup, or like even like natural, if I wanted to do extremely like watery or light tinted moisturizer, I could do that and just have a little bit of this, and I would feel good to go with a little bit of mascara and of course brows, because like I always got to do my brows. But I wanted to try this, and so far I'm really liking the color a lot. I think this would be also nice to top just on top of your cheek when you're done your whole makeup and everything. I think this would, I'm hoping, just by the formula, by the way that I'm feeling the product on my skin, I think this would top okay on powder. So I may have to try that in the future. I do love the natural flush that it gives to the skin, especially this side looks really natural. This side I put a little bit extra on, so it needs to be blended a little more, but I'm okay with that. I'll put a little bit more on this side, and then I'll put my foundation on and like chit chat about my thoughts so far. But I really am excited to play around with this, and I like the fact that it's not a huge product. It still has a mirror. Not sure what you can really do with that tiny of a mirror. They could have saved us a couple of bucks and like maybe avoided the mirror, because I mean, you really have to squint to do anything with that. But I'm just gonna put on a very little bit of foundation, probably a little darker than my actual face shade right now, because I'm trying to use a couple of products. And these are products that I'm mixing together here. A couple of different, I'm just like making some foundation stuff, and I'm adding a couple of like highlighters and things, like liquid highlighters that I'm trying to use up. So I'm just really trying to get those uses in between. But so far the Basma blush is really great. I do love the color, the cherry red color. I think it's a beautiful natural flush to the skin. Because it's red, it does accent the other redness in my skin. So I think I would have to use like a green stick, or something to like tone out my skin a little bit if I was just to wear just the blush. But because I'm going to put something over top of this, I didn't really want to do that right now. I just wanted to play around with it, but the consistency is nice. It's a very balmy blush. Good pigmentation, very buildable, so it's not like you're putting on too much too fast. And I did bounce my brush in there quite a few times in order to pick up product. So I felt like even though I did that, if it picked up a reasonable amount of product, and that was fine for me. Like I could add more as I went, but I do feel like the mini size is just too tiny for my brush. So I mean, I'm not in the market for buying any more cream blushes. I'm going to be honest. I have enough cream blushes in my life. I need to use up what I have. I've actually used up 4 cream blushes this year from Ilia, as well as a cream bronzer and a cream highlighter. So I'm very happy with that. And if I can continue on just playing around with what I own, maybe decluttering the things that just don't work for me, yeah, I'll feel a lot better about the way like I'm using my products, and like not bringing any more cream stuff in, unless of course I can't control it and it comes in a favorites situation. But I do like this. So that is excellent that I own that, and I'm glad that I played with that so far. I do want to put on a little bit of concealer. I'm just gonna go in with my Tower 28 concealer. I'm not putting a lot on, just tapping. After I clean the brush off, I tap on what I can. And where is my, oh, there it is. It was hiding. I just want to brighten up underneath my eyes. I have just been going through it the last little while, and so I have a lot of redness under my eyes. Lots going on behind the scenes in life, and a good concealer is my best friend right now. It really helps take away some of that sullenness and redness. I've been trying to sleep really good, but it's hard. But now I look a little more awake, which is nice. This part is giving it away, the redness and stuff still, but that's okay. I'll fix all that later. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible. So I think the next thing I'm going to use is the Givenchy Prisme Libre 4-color pressed powder in the shade Voile Rosé. And this is the shade 03. And this is the pressed version of the powder. I do have the new loose version as well. This is stunning. Oh my gosh. You are paying for this packaging. It feels a little weighty. It feels like there's some weights inside this plastic packaging. And it comes with a gorgeous little mirror, a gorgeous little brush, very luxe, very beautiful. I won't be using the brush, so I'm gonna, oh, I don't even have to take it off. It just sort of hangs out in there. The brush is in there still, so it just hangs out in there, which is great. This is what the product looks like. I'm just going to use an under the eye, actually, you know what? Let me grab a new brush, if I can find one. This one's good enough. It's a little tattered and whatever, but it's big enough that it'll grab a lot of product. And I'm going to go into all 4 colors and just place that underneath the eye. Apparently this, oh, it's perfumed. Wow, very, very heavily perfumed. I could do without a little bit of that fragrance, but it's not like undesirable, the fragrance. It's a very like light, clean scent, but I could do without maybe half the fragrance in there. Wow, that is too much. I don't know why high-end always has to have so much fragrance and everything. It's so bad for your skin. I don't feel like this is better than the loose version, the first version. So unfortunately, I mean, it's very finely milled. It definitely feels good. It makes under my eyes look a little, like, you can still see I have a bag. I had emotions this morning. just happening, you know. It's also been gloomy the last week, but you can definitely see the baggage under my eyes, but it's very blurring. Like, definitely looks a lot more blurring than when you look on the top of my skin. Of course, it's mattifying the radiance from the light reflecting on the dewiness, so it's gonna look blurred because it's taking away the light. Is it refraction? I don't know what the proper terminology is there, but yeah, it's definitely going to do that naturally because it's a mattifying product. This is gorgeous packaging. The mirror is a good size. Like, it's a good size mirror. I have a hair on my nose. I can see it. And it definitely looks blurred, but it's not cakey. It's very light and cakey, so it's okay. I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10 is being generous, but it's definitely better than I expected. So now I'm just going to take my other product that I'm trying to use up, which is the Kosas Comfy Cloud Set Powder. I'm trying to finish this in a project, and just using a really tiny flat brush to apply this. So it's going to be a little more yellowing on the skin than underneath my eyes. So I may have to go over that a little bit with something else, because this is very olive leaning. But I love this. At first, when I started using this, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so thick and so heavy. But see, now it's already taking away the light because it's like drying out the wet dewiness. So it's gonna look blurred when you use a powder, but I always like to look up close in person because, I mean, that's just like lighting stuff. Physics, you know? Wow, that really accented the grays, didn't it? Whoa. Okay. I do like that product. I would probably repurchase. Okay. I think next I'm going to use my Dior Forever Nude Bronze in the shades 10 Soft Matte. So this is a bronzer. I'm going to use this to contour my face, even though I'm trying desperately to use my contour powders right now. I'm going to use my big bronzing brush because I don't want to use my contour brush. And I'm just going to use the edge of that. It smells like someone's having a fire outside, like a bonfire. It's very subtle and beautiful. Wow. I probably could have went with a shade deeper for my summer skin shade, but I'm like real pale this summer. So normally I'm like a medium skin shade in the summer, and I'm still more like light medium, more leaning light. So this is very, very beautiful. And again, I'm just using the edge, like the edge of the brush. And I'm just taking that bronzer and just lightly blending it into my root because I don't want to have a separation like a mask. And also the edge will connect into the cheekbone area. Very beautiful. This is a gorgeous product. Very light, very soft, not too overpowering. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to do the sides of my nose now, barely using any product. Just a little. So that is that product. Absolutely beautiful. I really love this a lot. I feel like it's definitely worth the price tag. The weight of the compact itself. You get a huge mirror, which I haven't taken this plasticky thing off of, but I can see through it anyway, so it's fine. And I just absolutely love this product. It looks very beautiful and soft on the skin. Gorgeous. Usually I'm not a matte girly when it comes to bronzers, but this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to do highlight, and I'm going to do the Tom Ford Soleil, it's called Soleil Glow Highlighter in the shade 02 Nude Sand. And this is relatively new to me. I got this at a steep discount, and my hands are a little bit dirty, so excuse me for a second. But it comes in a satchel, a little peach satchel, or is it peach? No, it looks white. Just the gold. And then this is what the outside of the packaging looks like, which is so beautiful. And it opens up like this. So this stays put, this gold bar. And then this is, let me turn this around here. This is the product inside. Beautiful product. And I think this is gonna go really nicely on my look today. So I'm just gonna drag a little bit onto the brush. A little bit more. Well, that's very gentle. I think once I get through the top layer, yeah, it's really starting to, yeah, there you can really see it. It's very nice, very gentle, and extremely beautiful. This is kind of what I'm looking for in products lately, is staple products that are really going to get the job done without buying every single thing I see. I just want staple, amazing items. Don't get me wrong, my collection is massive. I'll play with all of it, but if I can find items that serve the purpose that I'm looking for, you know, highlighting the high points of my face ever so gently, to my skin looks so fresh right now. Like, it just looks so fresh right now, with the exception of my eyes looking really tired. But I really love this. This is a really great product. If this is still available, I think it should be. But if this is still available, I highly recommend. It's absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't look like I have highlight powder. Like, you can see I have highlight powder on, obviously, but it also just looks like the light is like highlighting my face there, which is very nice. It doesn't look like powdery or patchy. Very beautiful. So far, 3 out of 3. Or should I say 3 out of 4, 3.5 out of 4. That's because of the Givenchy powder. Like, I'm still deciding if I love it, but seeing everything together, I'm actually quite enjoying it, and it feels so soft. My skin feels absolutely soft under my eyes. So, okay. Now I'm going to do blush. I'm going to do powder blush, and I'm going to play with these Rare Beauty blushes. I have Alive and Grateful. So this one's more orangey. This one's more like orangey red or poppy red. So I'm going to start with Grateful on the back parts of my cheeks. And then I'm going to play with Alive on the other parts. Please excuse me. I'm getting like itchy from the bristles. So this is Grateful. This is the darker version. Really beautiful, and I cannot wait to play with this. This is a cream to powder formula. I want to say cream to powder essentially reminds me of like the Glow Play blushes from MAC, but I don't know if that's what this is going to be, so I'm just going to do a quick swatch with my finger. It feels extremely creamy. It feels like a cream. I'm not sure I'm going to love this. So let me grab, do I want to grab a fresh brush? I don't know. I swear, this part of my nose is like so itchy. Like right on the side. It's so itchy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's go with this one. This is a Sigma brush, and I don't know if it's gonna pick up product properly, but it is synthetic, so, oh yeah, it's picking up okay. I just want to try one of these first before I indulge in the other one, in case I don't love it. And this is the color I like better. Although I do like the orange, but yeah, this one spoke to me. I feel like this is very similar to the Basma blush, like the application and the way that it feels sort of creamy. But it definitely feels like powder, like on the skin. So I'm actually kind of loving it. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like a cream, like a really thick, balmy cream in the compact. But when you apply it, it just blends into all the powders, all the other things you have on your face. And it just gives that glow of color that looks like everything belongs. I'm very pleased with so far every product so far. I would say everything is a 10 out of 10 with the exception of the Givenchy pressed powder, would say probably 7 out of 10. But this one, I'm going to probably have to give this, I would say a 9. Even though it's like exactly what it says, cream to powder, it feels when you touch it, like you can even see how it's collecting. It looks more creamy because it's so condensed on the tips of each bristle that it's not giving powder to me. But then when you blend in the blush, it's so soft and almost melted into everything. Like, I just feel like more youthful than I did when I started out with this video. I'm really enjoying this, actually. It's just very blendable, beautiful. I think I would need a little bit more shorter bristles. Like, and this is so loose. The bristles are so loose that I think if I had just a slightly stiffer bristle brush, it would give more impact quickly, but I'm also enjoying the layering process. So I'm definitely going to use the other one because I'm really loving this blush. If you like this blush in the comments or anything that I've been using, please let me know down below. And if you like these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're watching, because I need to know if this is something that you guys would be interested in moving forward. But I am going to open up this one in a live. So again, this is the Soft Pinch Me blush. And this is a Rare Beauty, and this is what the Alive color looks like. So this one looks similar, but you'll see when I open it, it's a lot more bright orange as opposed to like poppy red. And I'm loving the poppy red color. So let's just take a tiny bit. Again, you can see it's very collected, but I'm just going to take a little on the front portion. This is where you'll see the brightness of the orange really shine through. Wow. I can see the color really strong in person. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it the way I can see it, but it does blend together very nicely. And it is very orange. That is so beautiful. Yeah, it blended together so nicely. It's definitely giving, let's just put it across the nose. It's definitely giving flushed, very sweet, flushed, cute look. Oh, I'm really liking this. This will be really great for winter. Oh my gosh. I'm really enjoying the flushed colors. Oh wow, these are beautiful. Yeah. Very proud of these. Enjoying these purchases. So the next thing I want to do is set. So I'm just going to quickly, there's like nothing left. Okay, I got another use left for sure. Okay, that was a bit of a spoiler. All right, I think I'm going to do brows next, which is typically my next step after setting spray. And I have two here. So I'm going to do one in each side. I have Ioni Brow Freeze Sculpting Gel, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Brow Freeze, which is actually called Brow Freeze Sculpting Gel. But it looks exactly the same. My son's coming upstairs, so please forgive that he definitely wants to be a part of the party. I'll probably have to move my camera over. But this is what it looks like. I have used it before, so I do understand this product already. And then on the other eyebrow, I'm going to use the Glossier Boy Brow, which I have never used before. And because it's in a packaging like this, I wanted to kind of see my thoughts. So we'll start with the Ioni. And this won't take very long at all. And I think I'm going to stop there. I have, oh, there it is. So it's not very full. Like you can see, it's like halfway full. Like it only stops here. It doesn't come up in here. So you don't get a lot, but let's just do it on this brow. Oh, come on now. Here we go. So the thing about this Ioni Brow Freeze Sculpting Gel is it's very inexpensive. You're paying, well, Canadian anyway, $1.75 for the product. and it's very similar in consistency to the Brow Freeze, but it doesn't actually freeze. So, and I don't mean like turns into ice or whatever, but what I mean is it doesn't harden down. This stays malleable. So if you're looking for something that you want it to really hold your brows in place, this is just not going to be it, because yes, it does a really great job at like adjusting the brows to the way you want to put them. But if you lay on a pillow, if someone touches your eyebrow by accident, if you rub your eye, your brows are going to go everywhere, and then you're going to have to reshape them because it stays malleable. It is not a freeze. So I don't know why they say brow freeze. It is essentially a brow sculpting gel. That is exactly what it is. So I wish they would take the name freeze out of there, because Brow Freeze from Anastasia actually freezes your brows in place. When you touch them, they're not going to move because they actually harden and stay in place. This is just a styling gel. So just want to keep that extremely transparent, but it is very affordable. Next is the Glossier Boy Brow, which I don't understand what that means. What is a boy brow? Like thick? Like natural? Like I don't even know. So this is a very watery, creamy consistency. I'm not sure if this is going to dry down matte. I do like the brush, but I have very coarse eyebrow hairs, like extremely, extremely coarse brow hairs, and this is really doing nothing for them. So I'm basically just seeing, it's like a moisturizer going on my eyebrows, and that's not going to do anything. But I will have to wait to see if this like freezes them down and hardens into place. But it's really not doing what I want it to do. It's not giving me that, like, look at the lift on this one. I have to work very, very, very hard. And some of my brow hairs are trained to go up already because I've been doing this brow trend for so long. But probably like 2 years now. Since December, it'll be 2 years. But it's just, you can see they're falling and I have to keep pushing them. So this essentially reminds me of a brow moisturizer. So I wish I had more details on this. I will definitely have to go back onto the Sephora site and have a look at like more details of this. But out of the two, I would choose the Dollar Tree option from Ioni, because this does immediately lift my brows in place. Even though it's more malleable, I have to wait to see, even if this holds my brows in place, it's not putting them in the place I want them. So this is definitely the first dud of today, because I don't want to have to spend so much time getting them in the position that I want them before they freeze down or harden down. That just is too much work for me. I don't have time for that in the morning. This took like a couple of seconds, maybe 20 seconds, put them in place. This, I still have to keep going back because already I'm seeing like these brow hairs falling. These ones are falling. It's just not giving me the lift that I need out of a product. So I'll still continue to use it, but probably on lazy days. And that, I think, is everything I really wanted to try out for today. I was going to do an eyeshadow palette, and I probably could, but I still have to fill in my brows and everything. So maybe I'll do a really light look. We'll see. I'm just going to fill in my brows really quickly and maybe chat about a couple of products. But if this is too long, let me know, because I know that it takes me a long time to do my makeup. Oh yeah, it just feels like wet. Like it feels like my eyebrows are wet and they're already falling. Like they're already really falling. Not a fan of the boy brow. Sorry, Glossier. I'd like to try the Benefit ones. I think I've heard that Benefit is really good. I'm not really on a brow gel journey. I already love the Brow Freeze from Anastasia, so I just will use that one. But the fact that there's a $1.75 option and I go through one every like 3-4 months, yeah, that's helpful. And I mean, even if I'm traveling, I can take the $1.75 one and still get lifted brows. Yeah, I may have to like be more careful that I'm not touching them or whatever, but I think I would be okay with that considering the values there. So that is all I'm going to do for my brows. And I'm going to do a really, really, really fast eye look. Really simple, really fast eye look today. So I'm just going to use my typical eyeshadow primer. Nothing new here. I don't know why Get Ready With Me's aren't as popular. I feel like they're really fun to do. But maybe people don't like watching them. I love trying new products. I really, if you're looking for, I'm not trying to like redirect you guys, but I really want to support YouTubers that I enjoy watching. And so I love Babs Beauty. She is an American content creator, and I love her trying new products. She's very real. If she starts doing something and she doesn't like it, she wipes it off. She keeps that information in the video. And I prefer that because I want to know what people like and what they don't, and when something is like working for them and when it's not. And so I really appreciate the fact that she is so real with her viewers. I'm going to go in with the Bonfire palette from Glaminatrix. This will be a super quick look. I'm going to use this green quad right over here. So let's go ahead and go right into the crease shade, which is called Pine, which is that really light green. I just have to make sure that my, what do you call that? My primer is dried down a little bit because you're supposed to leave it for 30 seconds. Yeah, this is a really gorgeous color. Wow. I have been thoroughly enjoying this palette. I've used, they come in like a quad. There's 12 eyeshadows, but they're broken up into like quads that you can use kind of thing. And I've used 2 of the 3 quads. So today is the first time I'm using the green one. And I've really enjoyed this palette so far. I've gotten lots of compliments from people when I'm wearing the eyeshadows that, you know, they really like the eyeshadow colors and the look. And so I really appreciate that when you take the time to have fun with your eyeshadow and people are nice enough to comment. That's really awesome. I'm kind of going heavy-handed here with this green. I'm going to bring a little bit down onto the center of my lid, just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to take a little crease brush and go in with the dark color called Evergreen. You're probably not going to see that on there. It's very dark. But I'm going to put that in the outer corner ever so lightly. I don't want there to be any fallout if possible. I haven't really struggled a lot with fallout with this palette yet, but I'm just trying to pull that color across. It is blending so nicely into each other. This is probably one of the fastest looks I've ever done. I'm just laying it on, and it's really easy to blend. So, I mean, can't complain there. There's also a Canadian content creator that I like to watch for trying on new items, and her name is Cheryl. She's actually, I think, best friends with Babs Beauty. I can't remember her last name right now, but her name is Cheryl. If I remember, I'll try and link them down below because they're honestly really, really great. I'm just going to blend these greens together. And get the edges nice and soft. It's a little messy, I'm not going to lie, but it's performing quite well. It's making it very easy for me to do this look. I do see a ton of fallout in the outer corner on this side specifically, but we're gonna have to deal with that because I have company coming so soon, and it's my dad, so I have to make sure I hurry up and I'm able to meet him downstairs. I don't want him to wait outside. There's like tons of rain out there right now. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with, there's two very light shades. So we have this one here and this one here. I'm gonna go in with this one in the inner corner and this one in the center of the lid. So where is my, here, I'll use this one. Okay, just a flat shader brush. This is called Kindling, so it looks a little bit yellowy. I'm thinking there's yellows and greens in this. Yeah, it looks very gold shifty, yellowy gold shifty. I kind of wish it was, oh, on camera it's looking very green. In person it's looking quite gold. So I'm liking the camera version, because that's what I was just gonna say, is I was wishing it was a little more chartreuse. I'm so glad I looked up when I did, because it definitely shifts green on camera. And in person, it's a very greenish gold. So very, very pretty colors. And I'm going to go in with Embers next, which is that gorgeous green shade. Which, oh, is so pretty. And I will just tap that lightly on the crease shade and all over the center of the lid. And a little bit onto the color here. I just want to blend those in together. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is really, really beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so obsessed, 10 out of 10. Obsessed with this palette. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to start using all the colors together. I wanted to start off using just like the certain, you know, like blocks, color blocks, but now I can finally start going into everything and kind of using everything together. So that is so great. I'm just going to quickly clean this up and then call it a day. So I really, really, really appreciate every single one of you watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't done so already, please give the video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't. I would love to have you join me for more future videos. I will be definitely trying more videos. I'm going to do some more swatching and stuff on my channel because I have a lot of really beautiful new palettes to play with, and I want to share what those look like with you and then also just enjoy them for myself. But I'm going to clean up underneath my eyes. I'm going to add my mascara and everything off camera because I am running so late. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!